Hey guys, this episode today is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Next time, guys, you want to go online, whether it's your phone, your tablet, or your laptop, you can now feel safe by going online safely with just a few taps with ExpressVPN, engineered to protect your privacy and security. Check them out on Google Play or the App Store. Just key in ExpressVPN and they'll pop right up. Right now, folks, they have a 7-day free trial. That's right. Download it for free on your Android phone, tablet, or TV, or on the App Store. ExpressVPN. Connect to 3,000 plus VPN servers in 160 locations in 94 countries. Safely access an unrestricted world of great content and apps with powerful speed and unlimited bandwidth. Protect your data and online activity with best-in-class encryption. Secure your connection on public Wi-Fi hotspots. Folks, it's also the industry's leading privacy protection. Browse in peace while keeping your IP address and location private. Under their strict privacy policy, they don't collect activity logs or connection logs. It's been independently audited to ensure your protection. So if you want to go online without worrying that your data or your online activity is going to be hacked or looked at, download ExpressVPN today, guys.
Rated mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Broadcasting from the Big Peach of Atlanta, Georgia. A show unfiltered, unscripted, raw. The Patriot Angle Podcast. Hey guys, I want to talk about this story here. A lot of, just about everybody talking about it. It became a very, very trending topic this past week with this picture of this white border patrol on horseback, literally patrolling over areas of the Rio Grande. And now a lot of people considering that this border patrol agent on horseback is now to be considered Semitic racism. What? Okay. So, I want to plug into the show here just like how completely inaccurate this is. They're talking about a man on horseback using whips to literally whip Haitians. Oh, the fucking liberal machine. They seen this. They had to report on it. It fit their narrative. Oh, a white guy on horseback using a whip against black and brown Haitians. Oh yeah, let's go back to the 1950s, 1920s. Let's go back to the early to late 1800s of slavery. First of all, folks, this is completely inaccurate. Okay, inaccurate on a lot of different levels. Okay, and before I plug into the show here, this video. Because you listeners, you need to deserve to understand just how complete of idiocy this is. It's stupid.
That man was using a whip on Haitians. He's a racist. Ugh.
What kind of shit is this shit? The producer, Josh, he showed me this video just earlier today, before he came over the studio here, before we started the show. I mean, I'm looking at producer Josh and we're like, how inaccurate this crap is. I mean, how does the American people not see the complete false narrative this is? It's the words. We're trying, folks. I'm trying to get the words in. Bear with me in my voice. It's a little hoarse because I think it's the change of weather here. No, I don't have the Rona. I don't have COVID. I don't have all that nonsense. It's probably just a simple cold or something. Allergies or something. I'm not one to pop pills every damn second when I have a simple headache or a freaking cold or something. I take vitamins. But back to the story here. This the Department of Homeland Security Secretary signaled he would consider getting rid of the Border Horse Patrol entirety. Why? Why do they have to get rid of the horses? Why? Why? Because it poses some kind of racist type of image? First, how is that racist to begin with? I mean, I'm not just like saying he said that. I'm fitting in the narratives, right? I think that's where we're getting at. That they want to get rid of the horses because it might pose a racist image or some type of bigotry or this or that. The Homeland Security Secretary citing that their behavior as the worst elements of racism. Literally. Guys, literally, that's his words, not mine. Because the Border Horse Patrol shows a behavior of bad elements of racism in the United States. How the fuck does a horse show racism? What kind of nonsense is this? This is like stupid. Everything. Oh, because people seen a horse, they seen a white man on a horse, and then they seen a Haitian, and then the man was using a whip. Wasn't using the whip on the black guy, he was using the whip on the horse. It's what they use. I mean, I'm not a professional in horseback riding or this and that. I'd probably fall off the damn horse to begin with, right? I'm just stating facts here. But how is that an element of racism in the United States? I don't know. Maybe if you have a comment on this, maybe if you know something that I don't know, be sure to leave me a comment. I mean, on my Facebook page or Instagram. I mean, I don't know, guys. Maybe you can email me the comment. Patriot Unfiltered 1776 at yahoo.com. Give me an email, guys. Like I said, maybe you know something that I don't know. Again, how is this racist? But during the daily press briefing at the White House, Mayorkas was repeatedly questioned about images captured on the border of these agents on horses confronting Haitian migrants, which also outraged Democrats and civil rights activists. It outraged Democrats because they seen Border Patrol agents on horseback with whips. And the illegal immigrants just happen to be brown or black colored individuals. I guess it showed images of how America once was, right? With slavery. But does everybody once remember that slavery didn't originate in America? It originated in other countries long before America. But no. The far left will, the far left media and the far left Democrats will be quickly on that angle. They'll be quickly to pretty much fill in the whole racism of images of white men on horseback with whips. This is like the most stupidest article I ever seen. Who reported this garbage? Josh, do you know who reported that garbage? Does it say? Who was it? Oh, the Washington Journal. No, typical. They're garbage. They're garbage. Mayorkas said that the horses were used by agents to travel through difficult terrain as part of their jobs. Well, yeah, that's why they're on horses. If there's an area of the border that's a little swampy, it has like some water, yeah, it's easy to get on a horse. But I mean, yeah. Producer Josh is like, him and I were like actually looking at the images. Okay, yeah. There are two border agents on horseback near the Rio Grande, okay? And these images do not show any remorse of these agents using whips on Haitians whatsoever. The image shows this, that U.S. Customs and Border Protection mounted officers attempt to contain migrants as they cross the Rio Grande from Mexico into Del Rio, Texas. This was on Sunday, September 19th. Was it like 3-4 days ago? 5 days ago? Where are the whips being placed? First of all, they're using whips, if anything, on the horses to control the pace of speed on the horse. That's why they use the whips. It's more or less to train the horse to say, hey, wait, you're going too fast or you're going too slow. Like, remember back in the old cowboy days where they, giddy up, right? I mean, but this is the far left media we're talking about. Because the far left, the liberal media, this is what they get paid to do every single day. They get paid to literally report and talk about this type of garbage that's just completely not true. Do we have a sound clip, Josh? Yeah, this is Menorca's, literally, the Department of Homeland Security Secretary briefing us in on the situation. Check this out, guys. Crazy nonsense. That's what it is. Do we have it? Oh, here it is right here.
Midst of meeting these challenges, we, our entire nation, saw horrifying images that do not reflect who we are, who we aspire to be, or the integrity and values of our truly heroic personnel in the Department of Homeland Security.
Shut up. It shows images of who we are not. What were those border agents doing? Again, if you want to look at yourself, folks, on these images, go ahead, and then you can challenge the far left demagogues, because that's what they are. They're demagogues. Challenge them. Yeah, challenge the issue of horrifying images of what we are not. What were the border agents doing? I looked at the images. We've been looking at them for like the last couple days. There's no image or anything bad about those images. They're Border Patrol agents doing their damn job. I'm telling you guys.
Cars 100% online wouldn't work, but we went to work, building an experience that lets you shop over 17,000 cars from home, creating a coast-to-coast network to deliver your car as soon as tomorrow, recruiting an army of customer advocates to make your experience incredible, and putting you in control of the whole thing with powerful technology. That's why we've become the nation's fastest growing retailer, because our customers love it. See for yourself at Carvana.com.
The new flavor is in production as we speak. We've been hyped about this for months, and the time is finally here. So let's go check it out. In here. This Galaxy Burst. This flavor has a burst of candy with a hint of tart, leaving your taste buds begging for more. It's fruity and creamy, yet sweet and tangy. After months of testing and formulation, this galactic flavor is sure to take over the galaxy. Now let's give it a try. So good.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, time to go.
RaiseEnergy.com. Mike Gardner, a host like no other, unscripted, unfiltered, raw.
Well, we're talking about this issue here, this topic here with these Border Patrol agents and U.S. Custom agents on horseback with these whips. I guess everybody thinking that they're using the whips on the Haitians. You know, that seems to be the big topic now, which is completely, completely inaccurate. Which is, it's garbage, guys. It really is. It's a garbage story. A false, fabricated story that the far left just literally created out of something that never happened. They weren't using whips on these Haitians. You know, they have the whips on the side of them for the horse. It's a training mechanism for the horse. I mean, it's stupid. But guess who had to put his voice into it? Oh, you know who, right? Shall we mention his name? You know who.
You said on the campaign trail that you were going to restore the moral standing of us, that you were going to immediately end Trump's assault on the dignity of immigrant communities. Given what we saw at the border this week, have you failed in that promise? And this is happening under your watch. Do you take responsibility for the chaos that's unfolding?
Of course I take responsibility. I'm president, but it was horrible what to see, as you saw. To see people treated like they did, horses barely running them over, people being strapped, it's outrageous. I promise you those people will pay. They will be, an investigation underway now, and there will be consequences. There will be consequences.
Oh, really, Joe? They're going to pay, right? It's horrible what's going on. Why don't you talk about what's really going on at our southern border? Why don't you talk about the real crisis under your watch that you created in this country? You've created a border crisis of a mayhem since you have taken office. Why don't you talk about that? Why don't you talk about the real crisis, the humanitarian crisis that we're seeing in this country? We have more undocumented illegal immigrants flown in this country under your administration than any other presidential administration in, probably more than modern day history. American modern day history. I don't think any other president before, I'm sure we've seen it under Barack Obama. We've had a big illegal immigration crisis under Barack, but I don't even think Barack has caused so much of a crisis that you have created just in 9 short months of your presidency, Joe. Seriously, why don't you talk about the real crisis? It baffles me how far that this radical left machine will go to not only belittle our great Border Patrol agents and U.S. Custom agents. They'll go to extreme levels to do it. These guys were using whips on these immigrants that are trying to come into this country to better themselves. Oh, yeah, they're coming into this country to better themselves? Oh, okay. They may. Don't get me wrong, they may. But is this administration screening any of these immigrants? Nope. Catch and release. Or now, of what I'm told, right, Producer Josh, right? Process and release. That's what they call it now. Process and release. They don't call it catch and release. It's called process and release. Well, what are they processing? Are they screening any of these immigrants? Are they testing them for COVID? Are they doing any of this crap? No, I doubt it. I doubt any screening whatsoever is being orchestrated at our southern border. I can tell you that for a fact. Now, they're more worried about, more worried about COVID vaccines on American lives. They're more worried about shoving that down our damn throats more. They're more worried about other things than securing our border. Guys, we never had any of this crap under Trump. Any of it. We didn't have any problems at our southern border. A few little scenarios here and there, but Trump was real quick, like a Terminator, getting the threat, real quick on that. We hardly had any border issues under Trump, but this is what the liberal machine voted in. This is what we got. This is what we got under Biden. A complete frail of a man, of a leader that has no clue on what the hell he's doing as president. No clue at all. Craziness. Here's something rather interesting, guys. Speaking of immigration, deportations, speaking of all that, the most liberalist man in America, or one of them, is now literally calling on the Biden administration to immediately stop deportations. It has been a bad few days. Listen to this. Sharpton on his insights. Check this out, guys.
Hey, Rev, it's Sam Stein here. Patrick who is Haitian American, is now currently the head of the Center for American Progress, most important think tank in the Democratic Party ecosystem. He put out a statement today that was fairly blistering, I thought, of the Biden administration, saying stop the deportations, stop the use of Title 42 to expel people from this country. It's very rare that you see someone that high up in the Democratic Party ecosystem. I know it's not technically Democratic Party, it's progressive, but it's very rare you see someone like that go after a sitting president of the party. And I'm wondering, do you share those concerns about how the Biden administration has handled this? Do you want them to stop the deportations?
I said that yesterday in our press briefing, that we said that, and Patrick Gaspard, along with Reverend Freddie Haynes and Gerald Bryant, were part of our delegation. And we called on that there. I talked to the Secretary of Homeland Security, Maracas. I said that to him then. They must stop immediately the deportations and define what is the asylum policy. How do you decide to give asylum to some, and when you get to nations like Haiti and people of color, there's a different or perceived different asylum? This needs to be spelled out. This investigation of what happened with the Border Patrol needs to really be expedited and brought forward. You cannot deal with this in a one-time to another time situation. You must have a policy that is understood, that works for everybody. And
Wait, what? You can't have a policy from one time to another time? What the hell is Reverend Sharpton talking about? And first of all, do we even know if Biden's literally deporting any of those Haitians? Oh yeah, we're seeing images all over social media of planes, big charter, cargo, military cargo planes, of having them ship, at least we think, of Haitians back to Haiti. But, I knew that this liberal leftist, such as Reverend Sharpton, was going to go this way with this race card. You know, guys, they're playing the race card in with Haitians. They're playing the race card with the Haitians. But there's a reason behind that. I mean, folks, not for nothing, but they're not the most friendliest group of people. Ask that in the South Florida region, mainly Fort Lauderdale, Miami area. Ask them how well it worked out for when the migration of Haitians started flowing into South Florida. Ask them how much great those people are in that area. Not for nothing, guys, but this is going to sound it may sound harsh to some people, it may not. But Haitians are not the most friendliest people or group of people in this world. Some can be very nasty and some can be very absurd. I've seen it from time to time, and that's not racist of saying that. They are. Some of them are very nasty people. Reverend Sharpton on Friday, earlier today on MSNBC's Morning Joe, network host Al Sharpton, really urging the Biden administration to immediately halt deportations. Let's listen into more of what he says. Check this out, guys.
Politics of this, Sam and Joe, is you have the situation, if I'm the president and I'm looking at the last few days where you've had the crumbling now of the negotiations on the George Floyd police bill, you've had the problems with voting rights bill, and now you've got Haiti where these pictures of Haitians being chased or trampled by horsemen. This is weakening your base politically if you don't have the compassion morally to stand up. So it's been a bad few days, and some of us are going to stand up and consider being heckled for standing up a badge of honor.
With international norms.
Yeah.
Hey, Rev, it's Sam Stein here.
Yeah.
Patrick.
Yeah, I had to stop it right there. Guys, Did you hear the last segment there? He's talking about voter rights and this and that, voter ID rights. What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? First of all, with the voting ID rights, yeah, you need a freaking ID to vote. Okay? I don't want to get into that topic. You need an ID to vote. Nothing racist about that. You don't have a damn ID, you don't vote. That should be the end of that. There should be no other continued angle on that conversation. Okay? Simple and done. Has nothing to do with your color, your race, nothing. You don't have an ID, you don't vote. And that's the end of that. See, guys, they're so quick to bring up the damn race on every angle. It's about the race card. Who's truly dividing this country, guys? Who is truly dividing this country? It's not the American conservative. I can tell you that right now. It's not the American conservative. It's the damn Democrats that are dividing this country. It's a power trip to them. It always has been a big power trip to that. With that being said, guys, I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back after these words. Don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss these next couple of topics that need to be discussed on this show. Because this is important, guys. We're facing crazy, harsh times in America, and we better step it up. Hey guys, this episode today is brought to you by our good friends at Harry's.com. What is Harry's.com? It is a awesome, affordable set of razors and other products as well too. Harry's has been around since 2013. Back in 2013, the makers of Harry's, which is a German company, realized that shaving could be easier, more affordable, and as well more enjoyable, right? So they decided to come up with a concept to create super quality razors for the everyday Joe. These razors are super affordable, they're super convenient, and they're easy on the wallet, guys. These are quality blades that are designed in a factory in the country of Germany. Where can you pick up these razors? Just about everywhere, guys. Walmart, Target, Walgreens. I've seen them at CVS. They're just about everywhere where you can buy razors at. If you can't go into a store or you'd like to shop on their website, they do have a website, guys. Harrys.com. Visit them at Harrys.com, and you can also explore their full range of products, including body wash, bar of soap, face wash, shaving cream, shaving gel, post-shave mist, face lotion, just to name a few. They even have anti-dandruff shampoo and conditioner, guys. Constantly coming out with new products, new set of brands to their brand. So visit Harrys.com and mention that you heard it on the Patriot Angle Podcast. You know, guys, that was protesters literally stopping the press conference with Reverend Al Sharpton in Texas just the other day. Literally not even letting the man speak. His handlers literally had to escort him out of the press conference because the protesters, they weren't even going to allow him to speak, and rightfully so. What does this man represent? First of all, you have a is he still Reverend, Josh? I don't even think he still uses the term Reverend, right? But he's not a Reverend. I don't even think he's been practicing that for a long time. Got out of that industry a long time ago. Now he's just a little political puppet. That's all he is. He's a political puppet to stir up not only hateful racism of bigotry, but he's a puppet, a political puppet, to stir up a division in this country. That's all he is. He's been like that forever. Forever. Now, I want to get into this article here, this last article here, from Tulsi Gabbard, literally slamming the Biden-Harris open border policy. She's saying it needs to end now. It needs to go. I hear her on that. It does. It needs to go. It doesn't work. It's creating a crisis, a border crisis, because that's what we're seeing now under Biden, which we're seeing a lot other different types of crises and chaos and mayhem under this president. You have a president that doesn't know what the hell he's doing half the time, let alone can't even say a simple sentence without literally stuttering, screwing it up, then asking his handlers that, can I say that? Folks, I can't say anymore because they're going to yell at me. Yeah, they're going to yell at him. He's so worried about them yelling at him. Who's they? We still haven't figured that $1 million question out. But this last story here, I want to get in here before we run low on the time here on the show, that former Representative Tulsi Gabbard slammed President Joe Biden and Vice President Harris open door policy just yesterday, declaring that it needs to end now. The Biden-Harris open door policy has been a disaster. The main beneficiaries of open borders are the gangs, cartels, and human traffickers, she wrote in a Facebook post. The Trump policy of having people wait on the other side of the border worked, and it needs to be reinstated, Gabbard continued. Meanwhile, photos and videos showed the massive effort by the Texas to halt or reduce the record-setting border crossers happening in the Del Rio sector. Folks, the sector rose to the second biggest along the southern border in recent months and garnered a national attention. But folks, this is nothing new. This is nothing new. As I add, this has happened before. The crossing of Haitian migrants into the Del Rio sector is nothing new. Just this past July last year, okay? In July of 2019, the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol agents reported that more than 1,000 Haitian migrants crossed into the sector during the 2-week period in June. Nearly 1 year ago, federal officials reported another surge of Haitians. In January of 2021, this past January, just eight and a half months ago, the sector began seeing increasing numbers of Haitian migrants, leading the Border Patrol to detain subjects under the Del Rio International Bridge. In June, this past June, the Texas governor, Greg Abbott, responded to the growing number of border issues by declaring that the state would build its own border wall. Which, if you go onto my Facebook page, guys, you'll see a post that I posted of Texas literally stepping up to its own game. You know, they're like, fuck this. You know, if the president's not going to take this border crisis serious, then we, the state of Texas, will take our own decision under consideration with this border crisis. So what did the governor do? Well, Abbott literally ordered the deployment of DBS troopers and National Guardsmen vehicles to block the flow across the Rio Grande. He used U.S. Customs, National Guard vehicles, and regular state trooper vehicles as a man-made wall to literally stop and control the flow of illegal border crossers. I mean, when I seen that, folks, I was like, hey, kudos to the governor for stepping it up. Because apparently you have a president that's not stepping anything up. What is he doing? What is Biden doing right now? Besides having his TT time and worried about going to the ice cream parlor to lick ice cream. Nothing. The man can't even say a simple sentence without screwing it up. He has to get approved by his handlers to say it. Folks, this is a national embarrassment. You know, in order to get this country back, we the people have to step it up. We the people must demand action. By our leaders. And by that time, folks, if they do not want to do anything in order to protect us Americans in this country, well, you know, sadly, there'll be a revolution in this country. Because times need to improve. And we are not seeing any of that under this administration. We are seeing this administration abandon its own people. Folks, it's time. It's time to look at the midterms more closely and look at this next general election more responsibly. That's the only way you will see change in this country. The only way. And that's my closing and my message.
You just heard an episode of the Patriot Angle Podcast, an Anchor platform.